Hello everyone and welcome to the Mindset Model Podcast, the house of good vibes and unicorn energy. I am your number one hype girl cheering you through the game of life. On this podcast, I am here to help you unleash your best self, to bring your dreams to life using the art of mindset and manifestation. Let's create magic. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Mindset Model Podcast. I hope you are having a fabulous week so far. So in this episode, I will be talking all about the rules of the subconscious mind. Now these are really important to understand because 95% of our reality is created from our subconscious minds. So if there are certain things in your life that you are unhappy with, things that you would like to change, if you have certain goals or an ideal dream life in your mind that you want to create, then the key is to understand the subconscious mind. There is so much to say about the subconscious mind, and we would literally be here on this podcast for like 1,000 years if I spoke about everything to do with the subconscious mind. But I am actually going to condense this down to you to 14 rules that I've picked up over the last 10 years from various mindset teachers, courses that I've taken. Now, some of these rules you may have heard before, so this podcast will be a really great reminder to you of some of these rules that you may have forgotten about, or some of them you may have never heard before, and today you're going to get blown away. Some of these rules that I've heard just make so much sense as to why certain patterns keep popping up in my life. So, why is the subconscious mind so important? So, as I said, it controls 95% of our reality. 95 bloody percent. That is shitloads. And then the remaining 5%, that is the conscious mind. So much happens in the subconscious and we have got no awareness to a lot of it, which is why it's so important that we can really understand our own subconscious minds and the programming that we have. So this is where our emotions actually come from. The subconscious mind has no attachment to logic. That all happens in the conscious mind. It's where our intuition lives. And intuition is one of our most powerful tools for navigating through life. It's how we perceive the world. That's all stored in the subconscious mind, along with our habits, our beliefs, our fears. They're all stored here. Also, what is important to us, our values, automatic thoughts. So have you ever had it when you're just, doing the dishes, driving, and you just get this random thought pop into your head? That's all from the subconscious mind. This is the home of the imagination. Imagination, again, is such a powerful tool that if we learn to harness this, it can make such an impact in our lives. This is also the home of self-image, which is massively important. We've got unconscious bodily functions happen from the subconscious mind, such as breathing, digesting, and making cells and all of that goodness. Stored memories from your past and even past life, like even before you were like a human on this planet, are like stored in your subconscious mind. I know it's madness. And it also works extremely fast compared to the conscious mind. It never rests. It's always on. And it's most alert during alpha and beta wavelengths. And it's wired to move towards comfort and away from pain, which is really interesting because this is why so many of us settle and just live in our comfort zones? It's all because of the subconscious mind. So as you can see, a lot happens here. And as I said, we are completely unaware of a lot of it. So let's make it our mission to become aware, and let's take our unconscious manifesting to conscious manifesting. So I love the subconscious mind, as you can tell. I mean, I seem to bang on about it in most of my podcasts, but it's so important. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you through 14 different rules. There are probably loads more, but these are the ones which really resonate with me and have really helped me to manifest my dream life. So number 1, the subconscious mind is programmed between the ages of 0 to 7. So it's automatically wired by our caregivers, our parents, the environment that we grew up in between the ages of 0 to 7. So really have a think about that. What was your life like between the ages of 0 to 7? If you look back at maybe some of the beliefs that you have maybe picked up. Now, I know for a fact that there are definitely some beliefs that I picked up during that time that I was like, hell no, I am rewiring that. So it's really important to have a little look back at obviously, what was happening during that time of your life. Is there some things that you may have picked up on that you could potentially rewire? And if you look at some people, it is clear to see that they still have their childhood programming. Very interesting to see indeed. So number 2, the subconscious mind lives in the present moment. That is why so many mindset teachers talk about living in the now. The subconscious mind has no concept of future or past. It literally lives in the now. And that is why it's so important to try and live in the present moment, because it can really help to completely change your life for the better. So number 3, it obeys the demands of the conscious mind, but it does depend on the emotion of the conscious demand. So the more emotion that you attach to something, the more the subconscious mind will accept it. So number 4, the subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between real or imagined. This is massive. I love this rule because you can really utilize this, really use it to your advantage when manifesting your dream life by using the power of your imagination and the power of visualization. But on the other hand, how many of us are picturing worst case scenario? This used to be me. Sometimes it is still me, but I've got a better awareness now. So a lot of us tend to, as I say, picture the worst case scenario, and then we wonder why things go tits up. So, things like after you've been paid, you just imagine, oh, bloody hell, that's it. It's all my money gone. You visualize your bank account like £2.50 left. Or you've got an important meeting to go for, or I don't know, hospital appointment, and you're imagining a traffic jam, or I don't know, you've got a new boss and you're imagining that they're going to be this absolute massive dickhead. All of these ridiculous things that we come up with, we imagine them and we attach an emotion to it. And then our subconscious mind is like, shit, it's real. And then it does become real in our reality. So keep aware. Number 5. It does not process negatives, which I found quite interesting. So the subconscious mind doesn't understand things like no or don't. So if, say, for example, you were going to say to a child, don't fall over, the subconscious mind doesn't actually pick up the word don't or the meaning. It just thinks fall over. So again, something really interesting to think about. It responds, so number 6, it responds to repetition and strong emotion. Again, the strong emotion there, which is really, really key. So this is a rule that you can, again, really use to your advantage. There are a lot of courses and learnings that do focus on repetition. And Bob Proctor, I did one of his amazing courses. He always used to teach about repetition. One of the books that he had, he literally read like every day, a piece every day for like 60 years. And he used that to rewire his subconscious mind. And then, there was things in his course such as reading a passage every single day for 2 weeks. And again, it's that repetition. And, it's also feeling like what you want is already real as well. So this comes down to the emotion thing. So if there is something that you want in your life, it's really feeling like it's already here. So the subconscious mind, this is number 7, communicates and understands in symbols and metaphors. It sees in pictures. So if I was to say to you, think of a green elephant. You've probably had a picture of a green elephant in your mind. So you actually see a visual, but you wouldn't see the text of, say, green elephant. It would actually be the picture. So, that's really important to understand. And again, that's why visualizations, pictures, vision boards and things like that really, really work. And also dreams that we have. Dreams actually come from the subconscious mind, and they do not make sense because it's all metaphorical. I mean, my dreams are literally crazy as fuck and they do not make any sense, but that's the way they're meant to be. So number 8, the subconscious mind follows the path of least resistance. So the subconscious mind, because it's, creating 95% of our reality, that is a lot of energy it's using. And it always chooses the path of least resistance, the path that reserves as much energy as possible. That's why it can be hard to change a habit, because a habit is a nice, easy, stored program in the mind, and actually creating a new habit takes more energy. And that is why willpower is so hard for so many of us. Now, willpower actually comes from the conscious mind, but remember, only 5% impact from the actual conscious mind. So, number 9, the subconscious mind contains a shitload of repressed memories and unresolved negative emotions. This is like an absolute, when I found this out, I was like, that makes sense now. So this is amazing to understand, because when you start doing self-development work, you start wanting to make a change, you want to live your best life, loads of really shitty emotions tend to come up. You'll be absolutely fine one day, then the next day it's like everything is falling apart. All of these painful memories just pop up to the surface and emotions come up, and it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But actually, this is a good thing, because these repressed emotions need to come up and they need to be released. They need to be felt. And when you lean into these and surrender to these emotions, they will go. So what is coming up is going. So number 10, the subconscious mind takes everything personally and literally. So be very careful what you are saying to others or about others. So say, for example, if you are wishing success for other people. Your subconscious mind believes that you're actually wishing success for yourself, which is brilliant. But if you are being negative or nasty about other people, the subconscious mind actually thinks you are talking about yourself. It takes everything personally and literally. So quit your gossiping. Number 11, the subconscious mind works 24/7. It does not turn off. It is always on. We are manifesting every second of the day. Number 12, the subconscious mind keeps you safe at all costs, but according to its own programming, what it deems to be safe for you. Very important to know that. So if you have a subconscious belief about something, it will try and keep you away from this thing. Even say, for example, consciously, you have got a dream life that you want to live. It's everything you've ever wanted. But if the subconscious mind has a program believing it's unsafe, it will repel this from you. Remember, the subconscious mind cannot reason or use logic. So money can actually be a threat to us. So maybe when you were younger, you saw your mum and dad have a massive argument fighting over money. Your subconscious mind is like, oh my God, money, it's bad, it's dangerous. And it will store that belief and it will do whatever it can to keep you away from money. How crazy is that? And again, things like if you're wanting to pursue a new fitness goal that just feels so right and in alignment with, how you want to be and feel, or maybe a brand new career or setting up your own business or having another baby or whatever it is, your subconscious mind may have a belief that this is a threat because it thinks that you need to sacrifice something to get this thing that you want, or you could fail. It does not like failure. So again, it will repel what you want to keep you safe at all costs. It will do everything to keep it away. And again, it's where learned helplessness comes from as well. So keeping you safe at all costs due to these programmings, but it cannot actually reason into thinking, this is my dream life. So make sure you remember that one. Really, really important rule. Number 13, the subconscious mind does not actually know what good is or bad is. It doesn't know the difference, which is really interesting to know. So consciously, we can attach meaning to what we see as good and bad, but the subconscious mind does not know what this actually means. And finally, number 14, we are actually wired to seek more. Always seeking more. You might find that, once you achieve a fitness goal or you run a marathon or, you achieve something at work or, who knows what it is, whatever's on your list, you've done it, you're like, yep, tick. Then it's like, oh, right, what's next? It's because we're wired to seek more. Now, the universe is always expanding. It's getting bigger and bigger, which means staying where we are in life actually means that we are shrinking. Bit of a mind boggler, that one. But that is why when you reach a goal, you always want to move on to the next to keep growing. So, just a couple of facts and rules about the subconscious mind, things to be aware of. Having an awareness of unwanted patterns in your life. And the next step is to actually change these unwanted patterns. And this is all to do with the subconscious mind changing the beliefs and habits. And luckily, we can rewire these programs, which is bloody fantastic, because I don't know about you, my loves, but I had some pretty terrible beliefs and habits stored in my subconscious mind. I was lucky enough to rewire a lot of those, and it's got me to where I am today. So, in my next episode, I will be sharing my favourite subconscious mind rewiring tools and techniques to change that programming and to help you live your best life. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time.